Okie dokie, time now is 12:04 afternoon on September 11th. Um yeah. Um yeah, I had a good sleep. I went to bed at 3:55, but for some reason I couldn't fall asleep for like a whole hour, I think. I don't really know why. I just couldn't fall asleep for a whole ass hour. And then I um I eventually fell asleep, and then at 7:40 I woke up. At 7:40 something I woke up, and I was like, okay, maybe it's too hot. So I went upstairs and turned the AC and made it 68 or 69 degrees. And then I went back to sleep, and then I woke up at around 10 something. But I laid on my bed until 11:45 when my alarm rang. So yeah, actually not a great sleep. It's very choppy. Don't know what's going on. Um yeah, but I do feel a little energized despite having a very choppy sleep. Um Today I have class. The TV class is canceled. CTCS 191 is canceled because the professor is in Stockholm, Sweden. But I still have a religion class. Apparently Rachel went to class today for the TV class, and she's like, "Why? Where is everyone? Why is there no one? Is it canceled?" She she was late for the first class, didn't come to the second class, and didn't even know that the third class is canceled. For CTCS 200, she didn't come to the first class, she didn't come to the second class, um, either, which is hilarious. She's such a bad student. Like, oh my god. But anyways, today, yeah, there's religion class. I'm gonna make myself lunch before I leave. And then there is, I'm going to the American Language Institute after 3:30 p.m. to tell them in person that I accept a job offer. And then at 5, I have a discussion section for my TV class. And then at 6, I think there's a HKSA meeting, or maybe that's a little later. I don't know. But there is the HKSA meeting tonight, which is very much importante. So we'll see. Um, yeah, I don't have much else to add, honestly. I don't know what to eat for breakfast either. Um, Maybe bread again. French toast, maybe. But that's a very heavy breakfast. Maybe I'll have a light lunch and a heavy breakfast. Maybe for lunch I'll have the peppers, bacon, mushroom thing. Yeah, maybe that's it. I don't know. Last night I was really tired. And I was so unmotivated to do anything. So I didn't film anything, I didn't edit anything. I did nothing. I didn't watch anything last night. And that's good now that I don't have a restraint where I have to watch something every night, or I have to edit something. I'm reducing my YouTube numbers. But um a bit later I'm going to film another review. Yeah. And yeah, my Amazon package is here. It's a great thing, the Amazon USC Village. The thing is, like, now that I'm at USC, I need to take up all their resources. Amazon and USPS around USC, I'm going to use that. USC Gym, I'm going to use that. Free food at USC, I'm going to use that. Clubs, jobs, anything, writing for the journal, I'm going to use that. I will use everything from USC to its fullest. Yeah. But yeah, that's pretty much it. That's pretty much it for today. Nothing else of importance. It's Jordana's birthday. Shout out to Jordana, I guess. Yeah.
But like basically they changed the time in the morning. I was
God damn it. Okay, so time now is 10:30 p.m. Just finished dinner like an hour ago, but I did nothing but walk around and ponder. So today is a semi-interesting day. Um, I woke up quite late. I had uh, two slices of French toast, which is a little ambitious given that I only had around 1.5 hours to eat breakfast, film a review, and have lunch. It's a little ambitious, but it's okay. Then I filmed a review and I thought, holy shit. So my religion class is at 2 p.m. and if I take the 1:55 bus, I'm going to be a little late. If I take the 1:25 bus, I'm not going to be late. Definitely not, but I barely have enough time. But I'm like, screw it. So I made myself this red bell pepper, bacon, garlic mushroom fried together and call it lunch. And it tastes really freaking good. And then I left and I took the 1:55 bus and I arrived to class at 2:04 p.m. Which is not bad, only 4 minutes late. And honestly, just like any other religion class in this course, the professor once again sits down and yaps for 1.5 hours. And this time around, I didn't even read the whole chapter. I did read the opening few pages, like skim through them, but we had to read 20 pages before class. And I honestly, maybe I'm a bad student, maybe I'm a lazy student, but honestly, I thought nobody would show up. Honestly, I thought only 2 or 3 people would show up because honestly, this class, the professor's a nice person, but holy shit, this class feels pointless. We're reading a book, and it's clearly not a book for beginners. And the professor does nothing but commentate on the book. Every single class. We're not learning anything. What's the point? This course reduces education down to a meaningless point, you know? Where is the education that I needed? You know? Learning about the definition of religion, learning about the history, maybe having some visuals would be nice. Having some timelines and some tables would be nice. Maybe starting from zero would be nice. This is an intro class. Maybe we should start with very basic concepts regarding sociology and anthropology. But no, we're just yapping about this book. Surprisingly, a lot of people showed up, and by a lot I mean like 6. Me, this Jewish woman who sits on the same table, the 2 white guys at the very left of the classroom, that one Filipina Tanai girl at the back, and this Indian guy who sits next to me. So that is 6 people. So we went through the whole thing. I didn't speak up once until the very end. There are definitely moments where I want to speak up, but I would be talking bullshit anyways because I didn't read the chapter the whole way through. So class is over, and I don't even know what chapter to read next class. I don't even think I care anymore. Honestly, I'd rather just learn about religion on YouTube and Wikipedia. So, after that, but hey, I ain't complaining too much. A class too simple is better than a class too complicated. Okay, but anyways, now I have 1.5 hours to kill. So, first things first, I walked straight to American Language Institute, which is a small room, a small office in an inconspicuous building at the northeast side of the campus. And it is inside the campus, but it's also across a road, which kind of implies that it's in the outer range, the suburbs of the campus. If Trousdale Parkway is the downtown of the campus, then that would be the suburbs, you know? So I found the office, I went into it, and it's just this white woman and this East Asian woman sitting down, and I told them about my situation. And then the white woman asked me to put down my name on a memo, and she's like, okay, wait for a second, I'll go ask for you. I'll go ask about it. So while they work at the American Language Institute, they're not responsible for the USC department, the undergraduate consultant department. So it turns out those people aren't even in the office today. And she's like, okay, I'm sorry, they're not even in the office, but I'll email them first thing in the morning, or like I'll tell them first thing in the morning and I'll get back to you. So hopefully there's that. But hey, at least I can say I've tried all my best. We're so getting this back. We're so getting the letter of employment. We're so getting it, okay? There's no doubt in that. I still haven't texted the architecture woman. God, I dread that. I don't know why. I just really dread talking to this woman. Anyways, afterwards, I have nothing to do. I walked to SCA, 3rd floor, same old spot that I and Tova would go to edit, you know, which only happened like 3 times anyways. So I went there and I thought to myself, okay, I still have like a whole hour. I might as well read my light novel and chill, whatever. I went to that spot and I hear a familiar voice and I see I knew this would happen, hold on. Okay, I hear and I see a familiar face, and it's, holy shit, this Jing Chen, the Malaysian guy. And he's talking to some woman, and then I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna walk away. And then I thought, what am I doing? I can just walk in and act like I'm passing by, because I am passing by, but I also want to sit there. They're literally sitting on the couch that Tova sat on, like, a couple days ago. Or was it yesterday? It was yesterday. So I walked up to them and I'm like, hey. And it turns out that woman is Lillian. Okay, so these are both people I know. And they're also talking about something that I know, and that is the film set. So Jing Chen a few days ago asked me to join this film set, and it's a indie short set, but the producers are AFI and etc. etc. And Jing Chen described it as a Dongbei, which means northeast, and I'm like, what does that mean? It means that the director is from northeastern China, and the story is also set in northeastern China, but we're filming in Culver City. And that's fucking exciting. I'm excited to work on more sets and meet AFI people and do more art stuff. This is perfect. So, turns out Jingchen is also asking Lillian to join. So, or like talking to Lillian about it at least. The thing is, Lillian is not that familiar with art. Even though she's a CAM student, I think she's minoring in something. Maybe interactive media design, something like that. Essentially XR. And turns out XR is basically VR, AR, and whatever R. Virtual reality, augmented reality, etc., etc. And so she's very familiar with the professors and the classes and the places, the studios at SCI, which is School of Cinematic Interactive. The MAP place, Media Arts and Practice. So that's interesting. And then another thing is Jingchen kept talking about In Summer and how bad of an experience it is. Like, Ryan, the producer, doesn't know how to produce and made Jingchen use his own car to put all the props because Ryan didn't prepare him a truck, like stuff like that. And also how they're mistreating North and they don't know what to do with sound. Low key, I'm a little bit sad by the fact that when this semester started, I was like, oh, I'm gonna work more for APCA. I'm gonna do more APCA stuff, involve more. And then 2-3 weeks into the semester, North and Jingchen were both like, nah, APCA is disappointing and they're shit. They suck. I had high hopes. Now what do I turn to now? So regardless of what they say, I will still involve myself more with APCA. And see what they're up to, be known, connect. But I'm gonna also keep my eye out there and do some stuff beyond APCA as well. Alright. So I took out my laptop and I wanted to do my assignment, but I didn't really do it at the end because I didn't know what to do. There's no guidance. It's a discussion post. It's just one paragraph and there's no guide. So the entire purpose of this assignment is to prove that you saw the films and you went to the lecture. So we all left. I went to my CTCS 191 discussion section. And I was a little early. I saw Rachel and then eventually Colin showed up. And given that I placed my name next to his name in the group project thing, it's a little awkward because I've only technically known him for 1 day so far. And he's clearly a very shy and socially awkward person, and so am I. So I don't know if he's just going to downright ignore me today. So he originally wanted to sit somewhere in front of me, but he saw that the seat next to me is empty. He came to my seat. But we didn't talk. Also, I sat at the very back row because that's approximately where he sat last week. Anyways, we didn't talk at all. And then we had to break into groups. We did self-introduction again. And the TA was like, okay, your name, how you're feeling today, and if your life is a TV show, what genre would it be? I said, surprisingly, I thought Colin would say something like, ooh, horror, or gore, or something. And I wanted to say something cool, like, ooh, if my life is a genre, it would be a mystery. But I ended up saying, I'm feeling okay, and my life would be somewhere between Succession and Twin Peaks. Kind of funny, kind of intense. Everyone's competitive. Nothing makes sense. Which I think describes everyone's lives anyways. But, yeah, so we break into groups. I'm grouped up with a white girl, 2 Asian girls, 2 East Asian girls, and, 1 black guy. And, it's like random groupings. Not really random, but it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and whoever said 3 come together, you're group 3. So it was kind of random. So we had to discuss the reading and how it relates to the Black Mirror episode that we watched. The thing is, none of us read the reading aside from this white girl. But it's like okay, because I can just skim through it quickly and come up with something, bullshit my way through. That's what we did, and it worked out fine, perfectly, nothing to worry about. And then, yeah, and then yeah, and then class dismissed. Rachel, she told me, she DM'd. Okay, so here's the thing, right? Earlier this morning, I was like, oh, today's gonna be an important day because HKSA is doing their first general meeting. And that's kind of weird because on their Instagram, they're not saying anything. So I'm like, okay, they forgot? What's going on? As it turns out, Rachel DM'd them. Apparently, HKSA meeting isn't today, but it's next Wednesday. Which is a bit of a problem, actually, because next Wednesday at 6 p.m., I have the American Language Institute orientation for my freaking job. I need to be there. So hopefully they don't overlap. And I pray they don't. Because, like, the orientation is 6. Hopefully it's like 1 hour long or 1.5 hours. And usually club general meetings are late at night, like 8 p.m.-ish. So hopefully it's like back to back, and I don't need to worry about it overlapping. But yeah. So that clears things up. And then I proceeded to talk to Colin. And Rachel, I was following Rachel, but she went to the gym. So I and Colin, we continued talking. This time it's our second time talking, and it's like much better because I asked him, how's it been? Are you working on any projects? And he said he's actually making a short film now. And I'm like, oh, interesting. I told him, oh, you don't need to spoil it, but what is it about? What is it? And he said it's a short film about a guy who likes visiting gore websites, like, Live Leak or whatever. And he found a gore video where the person in the video seems like him. Which is really interesting. And I told him, oh, this is really cool. It's like a David Cronenberg film. And then he's like, wow, I'm a huge fan of David Cronenberg, so that's very good to hear. And I'm like, yeah. We also talked about classes. I talked about Powell and Pressburger and Ozu, and talked about Millennium Actress because I saw that last night. And then, yeah, and I eventually mentioned that I also made a short film over summer. And it's another slow and confusing film, and it's 3 stories happening at the same time, lots of religious symbols, and he's like, oh, it's really interesting, really cool. And then I told him that I'm done with this genre and I want to make something violent and gory next. And his interest is piqued. He's like, oh, like what? Like horror? And I'm like, yeah, but also just like ridiculous, like House, the Japanese film. And he's like, oh, I love House. And he's like, okay, well, and I was like, oh, let me know if you need help or anything. And he's like, yeah, let me know if you have any ideas. Are you working on something now? And I'm like, no, not yet. So yeah, that's good. That's good. I am apprehensive of the idea of collaborations. Collaborations are great. And when you find somebody who has a similar mindset as you would be like, oh, let's collab. But I'm scared of those because not usually, but like sometimes, half the times, you collab with someone, you ended up falling out with that someone because of creative differences, and then you end up arguing, fighting, and then you fall apart. It's very difficult to maintain a good friendship where we're equal. I think Tova and I, well, we're not working on a narrative thing. We're working on a documentary, but there are definitely tons of creative differences. But it's only because Tova's a really nice person, and I guess I match her, you know, that we're able to work out this documentary together. Otherwise, it would have been a disaster. So collabs are dangerous, man. Yeah, I remember that one time, the 4 Hong Kongers incident when me, Potter, Pepper, and JT were at Potter's bedroom or JT's bedroom, and we're just talking, and it went on, and we're like, oh my god, we're all gonna collaborate and do something. Nah, that's never gonna happen. And that never happened. Us four never reunited. JT returned to Hong Kong, Pepper's God knows where, in LMU, and we're all in different parts of the city now. So collabs are dangerous, but what Colin is doing is very much in line with what I'm doing or what I'm trying to do next. Something very gory, violent, and ridiculous. But his approach is very funny. My approach is extremely sad, but I think we can work something together. So we'll see. Maybe I can bring a kind of a finesse, and I can bring a certain atmosphere to his films, and he can bring some sort of wackiness, some sort of catchiness, and maybe we could bring the best out of both of us. But this is great. Also, we talked about APCA a little bit, and he's like, "Oh, I'm applying to their intern program." Actually, easy for him to say because he's a sophomore. I'm a junior, aka second last year. It's like, what's the point, anyways? The thing is, you can't just suddenly be e-board. Most of the time, especially in something as competitive as APCA, it's better if you intern first and then become e-board then. So I don't know. Maybe it's not worth it. But being in such a huge club definitely has its benefits. Yeah. And then I wanted to take a lift back home, and then I waited, and the lift never came. So I'm like, fuck it, I'll take a bus. Return home, and since there's no HKSA meeting, I thought this would be a perfect opportunity for me to go to Ralph's. So I went to Ralph's. I got toilet paper, which is great. I was worried because I'm running out of toilet paper, and if I go to Ralph's on Thursday, I'm scared I wouldn't survive tomorrow. So that problem is solved, which means tomorrow I don't need to go anywhere. Tomorrow's a home all day. I can sleep all day, stay at home all day, relax, chill. Everything's fine. And that's it. That's it for today. And yeah, I feel good. I feel okay. I feel good. And yeah, we'll see. Oh, and also Jing Chen mentions that Mo, the Taiwanese guy, or the Taiwanese, maybe it's a they, I would know. The Taiwanese person, Mo, is now the art director. So Jing Chen is PDing for that film, and Mo is art directing. So I would be able to work with them. And that's great because art departments are usually very cohesive. And, this is going to be a huge set, so we're going to be a lot of people, especially the builds. We have 3 build days. Yeah. So I'm insanely excited for that. That would be a cool next set. All right, time now is 1:27 p.m. on September 12th. Yeah, I had a really good sleep. I slept very late, at 5:20, and then I woke up multiple times. The last time I woke up was 1 p.m. So that's about 7 hours and 40 minutes. Not even that much. I naturally wake up after 7 hours. Um, Also, there was apparently an earthquake, and I remember feeling it. I remember being on my bed, being semi awake, and feeling my bed shake, and feeling everything around me shake. But for some reason, I also thought maybe it was just a dream, and I kind of forgot about it actually until I woke up and I saw the message, a warning on my phone saying that there's an earthquake, and I'm like, oh yeah, I might have felt something like that. So that's interesting. And for a moment, I thought, okay, I thought that was yesterday morning. But no, if it was yesterday morning, I definitely talk about it. It's probably this morning. I just forgot about it because I was half awake. Um, so today's home all day. I don't need to go anywhere. Last night, it was so unproductive. I did like nothing. I need to do something today. I need to do assignments. There are a couple assignments that I want to do. I want to um, edit videos. I'm going to film a review, etc., etc., etc. HKSA announced their first general meeting, and it's just going to be a hangout outside of Taper Hall, which is hilarious. They can't even book a room now. Um, but yeah. But I might go to um, one their dim sum thing on Sunday. I just might, not quite sure yet. Um, yeah. I guess there really isn't much to talk about. Again, home all day. Part of me wants to go to H Mart and grab sushi, but I'm gonna push that to later. I'm gonna push that to maybe um either Saturday or Sunday, cause I'll be spending unnecessary amounts of money, and my fridge has no space anyways. So today I'll have egg tarts for breakfast. For lunch I'll have tomato soup noodles with beef. I need to finish the gailan because it's dying. Tonight I'll also finish the lettuce because that is also dying. And um yeah. So tonight's probably gonna be, oh shit, I don't have the barbecue sauce. I don't have enough barbecue sauce. It's fine. Tonight will be final chicken thigh pasta again. Let me think. I don't know actually. Um, but yeah, that's the gist of it. That's the gist of it. Um, and yeah, 3 weeks. 3 weeks have gone by in the new semester. 3 out of 16. Honestly, we're already kind of 1/5 the way through. Um, and there have been a lot of progress. I did help out with APCA, etc., etc., but I feel like I could have done more for some reason. I don't know why. My fighting spirit, it's still on. It's still there, and I still want to keep fighting. I still want to keep going at doing things. But I don't know. Not quite sure. Um but yeah. I don't know. I truly don't know. I want to buy the Happy Together Blu-ray. Might as well buy it right now. It's $50, but I think that's as good as a deal can get. I think if I don't buy it now, it's only gonna get worse and worse. So I might as well just fuck it and pull the trigger. Um, and even though I haven't had a job yet, I feel like me getting that job will justify this. Hopefully. Um, yeah, that's pretty much it. so hot. All right, time now is 11:37 p.m. I just finished dinner. Yeah, today has been a chill day, home all day, nothing happened. I kind of miss these days. It's actually kind of interesting that back in rounds 1 and 2, if I do a home all day, if I stay at home all day, it's like normal, you know, just another day. But now it's the abnormal. It's like, oh, finally I have one day where I have nothing to do. And this is in heavy contrast with, I guess, Nick or Cedric or Tom's experience studying in the UK and Canada respectively, because they always stay at home and they don't really do anything. Meanwhile, I'm trying to do as much as possible. So, several things though. I have several thoughts. First of all is some good and bad news, I guess, or not lukewarm news and luke cold news. First off, in the morning, this is lukewarm. I found out about the Beyond Fest, which is a film festival organized by the American Cinematheque, where over 4 or maybe 5 theaters, they're gonna do this film festival, and some of the hottest, most anticipated films of the year will be screening there. Sean Baker's Anora, The Brutalist, Brady Corbett, and also Kurosawa Kiyoshi's Cloud and Chime. Sean Baker, including Sean Baker Q&A, including Brady Corbett Q&A, including Kurosawa Kiyoshi himself showing up. Kyle MacLachlan retrospective with Kyle MacLachlan showing up himself in person. It's whack. It's absolutely insane news. And the tickets will be sold tomorrow at 9, so at 10 a.m. So I need to be there. I predict that the tickets will be instantly sold out within seconds. So I'm not expecting myself to be able to get all the screenings I want, but at least a couple of them would be nice. You know, especially the Kurosawa Kiyoshi one. I'm very interested to see Cloud and Chime, simply because it's Japanese film, which means that wide release in LA isn't gonna be until way later, like maybe 2025. And then of course, Anora. That's gonna be the biggest one in the entire festival. Palme d'Or winner, Sean Baker in person. So yeah, that's crazy. Another lukewarm news, actually good news, is the American Language Institute, the ALI, hasn't forgotten about me. I received an email today saying that they're preparing my employment letter now. But all they need is my legal name as seen on the passport. So I gave it to them. Hopefully they do something with it. So even if this job isn't great, at least I have a social security number, and I don't need to worry about getting a social security number after I graduate, because that's going to complicate everything. Okay. Luke Cold news. I accidentally missed the deadline for my CTCS 200 discussion post assignment. It doesn't worth that much points. It worth 15 points. So I just lost 15 points out of 1200. So it doesn't mean much, but it's still a blow. Considering that yesterday I was gonna do my assignment and submit it, and today I thought, oh, it's a nighttime thing, so I can just do it at night. So unfortunately, that's that. But hopefully, I'm gonna make up for it in all the other, yeah. Another thing is Michelle is not really answering me. Last night I checked the All About My Mother this Saturday at Braindead Studios. I checked the seating plan, and most of the seats are bought already. So I asked Michelle. I was like, "Hey, we need to buy the tickets ASAP." And you know Michelle. She's really slow. She's like, originally she's like yes, but then she's like, let's see if I can have the car, and then she's not answering me. So I guess we'll never know. I wouldn't be surprised if she answers me tomorrow or the day after, and by then it's already sold out. Watch her say yes, and I go, oh, by the way, it's sold out. You know what? If push comes to shove, I'll just buy it myself, and I'll just go there to watch it myself. Just forget about her. And I think that's pretty much it. I'm going to CTCS 200 discussion tomorrow. Matt might be there, or maybe he would change to a different section. But regardless, I'll be seeing a couple people I know, plus gym with Glenn. So that's that. And also Spotlight, the USC Journal, they're calling for articles. They're calling for writings. And the deadline is mid-October, so I have a whole month. So that's fucking great. I want to write something, submit it, get it onto the journal. Yeah, it's kind of crazy. It's not like you can just apply and get in. It's still, they're going to receive a bunch of articles and they're going to have to select a few. They can't include all of them. So I still have competition. Everything is competition, like getting a job, American Language Institute, getting onto the e-board, Spotlight Journal, going to Cannes Film Festival. Everything's competition here. So you need to have really, really good standing. But getting my writing on to Spotlight is very important because it's going to help me a lot. If I want to apply to go to Cannes Film Festival, it's going to help me a lot. And yeah, that's it. I had a good 3 meals today. Egg tarts. There's a little mold on the egg tart, but no worries, I cut it out. And then I'm just that kind of person. And then I had a tomato soup beef noodles, which is very nice. And then I just finished a meal with the remaining lettuce, and I'm out of vegetables. Tomorrow night, if I eat the pork belly, I wouldn't want to eat it with a salad kit or green beans because they're both Western. And I don't have Asian vegetables anymore in my fridge, so I'm just gonna eat kimchi, nothing but kimchi, for tomorrow night, and then the next day it's gonna be green beans with steak and potatoes. That's Saturday, and then Sunday, if I hang out with Michelle on Saturday, then on Sunday I'll be going to H Mart, for sushi and etc. So yeah, that's it. Nothing else. Let me think if there's something else. I don't think there's anything else. Tova wants to show the documentary to some other people to get feedback. I personally don't think that's necessary, but I don't mind it either. I think Tova hasn't really made anything substantial, so she's a little doubting. And honestly, I don't really need that. I don't really need to do that, but it's fine. What else? I guess that's nothing else. I look forward to the Wednesday first general meeting of HKSA, whatever it is. They can't even rent a fucking room. Honestly, it kind of makes sense because it's fall semester and school is starting, and renting a room in early September is probably extremely difficult. Whereas renting a room in early January is probably a bit easier. That's probably why TSA is not holding a general meeting and HKSA is barely able to do one. Nothing else. Nothing else. I feel okay. Yeah. Also, I forgot to mention that Betsy told Michelle that news came that WoW is premiering in November. So, yeah, we have a time now. So I need to start practicing my emo makeup, I guess. Okay. What the? Mm-hmm. Oh shit. Okay. Here it is. Oh my god, okay. The website's fucking crashing. What? Hello? Oh my god. How do I buy it? How do I buy these? Oh my god, come on. Why are you not loading? You're crazy. Oh, there we go. There we go. Come on, pulse, pulse, pulse. Pulse, pulse, pulse. Okay, we're not getting this, are we? We're not getting this. We're not getting Anora. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Pulse, 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 pulse. Come on, you can do it. You can do it. Oh no, wait. This is the wrong fucking... Okay. Shit. Okay, time now is 11:03 a.m. in the morning on September 13th. I slept from 4:55 to 10:45, so less than 5 hours. Yay. Not 10:45, 9:45. So the reason being is that I need to go online, go to Beyond Fest, and buy my movie tickets. And I woke up a little tad bit early, so I had time to decide what screening to go and what screening not to go. Because the two biggest films here of the entire festival is Anora and The Brutalist. Not only because they're both super acclaimed, but they're also feature a Q&A with the director. So yeah, I thought about going to these two, but Anora clashes with my Tuesday animated film class, where we're watching Waking Life. And yeah, I know it's like, why go to class when this is way more crazy? But the thing is, I'm not dying to see Anora because I know Anora in October will be released. We'll have a wide release anyways, and there might or might not be another Sean Baker Q&A. The Brutalist, I really fucking wanted to go, man. I really wanted to go. But that's October 6th. And last night I DM'd Jing Chen and asked, hey, do you think October 6th would be one of the build days / shooting days? And this morning he said yes. Thankfully he answered in time. So unfortunately I'm not going because the shoot is more important in my opinion. The Brutalist, I can see it this December probably. But the shoot, where I get to network and meet people and do things and gain credit, that's more important. So what's left is Cloud and Chime, which I immediately... and then I saw The Fall by Tarsem Singh, which is one of the Sundays in late September, and I'm like, okay, I'm getting that too. So I got The Fall first, and holy shit, I was so scared because I was loading the American Cinematheque website pages, I was refreshing it, and it kept waiting and waiting. It was like waiting to see the event's availability. So finally, I can add it to cart, and I added The Fall to my cart. So The Fall restoration by Tarzan Singh, one of the most colorful films ever, deserved to be screened on a big screen. Cloud and Chime by Kurosawa Kiyoshi, Q&A with Kurosawa Kiyoshi. Again, huge film. I don't think it'll even be released in the US until 2025 because it's a Japanese film. But limited release in Beyond Fest, totally believable. Why is my hair like this? So I got that, and I wanted to get Serpent's Path / Pulse because I wanted to watch Pulse before Cloud and Chime, but that day is a Monday, and Monday night I have art directing class, unless I don't need to go that day. So I'm actually gonna email Maisie, the TA, to double confirm whether we have class that day. I don't know, cause like I was thinking actually whether seeing Pulse on my own on a laptop on my own free time is better, or do I want to pay $20 to go all the way to North Hollywood or just Hollywood to watch Serpent's Path and Pulse, 4 hours of Kurosawa Kiyoshi. Maybe that's a little too much money. I don't know. But either way, it was kind of a success. I got both The Fall and Cloud / Chime, and now these two films are completely sold out. They're completely sold out. Same thing for Cloud and Chime. I kind of regret not going for the Scarface first, because in person with Al Pacino is a kind of a big deal. But I didn't, because I didn't really care about that film. But it was instantly sold out. So that was instantly sold out. Blue Velvet with Kyle MacLachlan was instantly sold out as well. So wait, where is it? Yeah. That was instantly sold out. So yeah, I could have seen Al Pacino in person. That was a possibility, but I didn't do that. Where is it? Anyways, that's that. So I went back to sleep for half more hour, except I didn't fall asleep, of course. So now I'm here. I'm gonna eat a pineapple bun. It looks like it's gonna get moldy anytime soon. I need to finish it off ASAP, drink some chocolate milk, and then I'll leave. I'm not sure if I'll have lunch. I'll go to class, and then I'll go to the gym with Glenn, probably. If Glenn says he's busy, I'll either go alone or I come back home, and then that's it. Also last night I bought the 2 tickets to All About My Mother, because Michelle told me to just buy them first, and I'm like, fine. So yeah, lots of movie screenings. Zam. Also I'm thinking of buying the Happy Together Blu-ray. Like, what's there to lose, at this point? What's there to lose? I don't know. I still want to go see Pulse. That day, it's review for midterms, and I thought, maybe I don't need to be there if the whole class is just a giant review, Maybe I can buy the ticket and then only go see Pulse. But $20 just for one film is kind of... To be fair, I paid $27 for Furiosa. So maybe it's still worth it. I don't know. Holy shit, this is huge. Okay, time now is 8:11 p.m. Yeah, I haven't had dinner yet. I'm just gonna talk about today right now. Quite a bit happened today. Today is another dense day where a lot of small things happened and combined together it feels like big things have happened. So today, um, woke up and immediately after waking up, I got the Beyond Fest tickets to two film screenings that I'm very happy about. The Fall by Tarzan Singh and Cloud plus Chime by Kurosawa Kiyoshi with Q&A, and I'm incredibly excited. Um, and then afterwards, I woke up and finished my pineapple bun, which has gotten wet and sticky. I put it in the oven for 5 minutes, but it's still eh. And chocolate milk, which tastes great in the morning. And then I was late for like 2 minutes, but it's okay, because the discussion section was just starting. So I sat next to Matt. Matt is still here, and at the very front, at the corner. And immediately after sitting down, the first thing he asks was, "Did you get the Beyond Fest tickets?" Cinephiles, man, I swear to God. So yeah, because I saw the email for the Beyond Fest tickets yesterday, I know about it. If it weren't for this email, I would have no idea that this film festival even exists. And I would have looked so stupid if he asked me, "Do you have did you get the Beyond Fest tickets?" And I'm like, "What's that?" Um but fortunately I do know. And I was like, "Oh yeah, I got Cloud." And he's like, "Wow." Because Cloud was the film that he wants to watch the most. I think in the festival, he keeps saying, "Oh, I wanted to get Cloud, but I was too late." Apparently, he did it on the spot too, like 10 a.m. sharp. But for some reason, he had to queue up. He was in a line and he had to wait. Um, he said he woke up at 9:15 just to buy the tickets. I guess I'm lucky or I'm smart because when I bought the tickets, I had to refresh the page and then I could buy it. I didn't need to line up because in the website it says that everyone has the equal opportunity to buy the tickets, so they will refresh the website so that there's no queue, there's no line. But eh. Instead, he got Serpent's Path slash Pulse, which is the one film that I was gonna buy tickets to, but I threw it away. Holy shit! And he's going to that one film. Um, and yeah, that's it. And he wanted to get the Brutalist tickets, but of course it was instantly sold out. He's already seen Anora because he went to Cannes this year, etc. Um, so yeah, so we had the discussion, and the second I didn't speak up because there's a film we need to see before the discussion, and I forgot about it. Um, and then in the second half of the class, the TA did this "you say one, he say two" thing again. So me and Matt, given that we're sitting beside each other, we split up again, and I ended up with three other strangers. Um, this white person. Um, he, at first glance, a female with short hair, but I'd wager non-binary. Next to me is this big Latino guy who seems like he's so done with this class, and he's like, I don't know, man. Fuck it, cinema of attractions. I mean, like ball, like have you seen Slumdog Millionaire? They were dancing at the end. That's like cinema of attractions, you know? It's like attractions. And I'm like, well, a lot of Bollywood films do that. And then there's this Chinese guy who speaks so quietly that I cannot hear him. Nobody could hear him. So, anyways, I low key wish I would be in the same group as either Rachel or Audrey, the Asian girl, who I still haven't gotten the chance to speak to. Um, I wanted to say hi to her, but I always never have the chance. Maybe if I arrive early to class, maybe then I would. Because I was always stuck with Matt. So, yeah, after class, Rachel and Audrey both disappeared, and I and Matt continued talking. He went to the bathroom, I waited for him, and we continued to talk. And I was like, oh, is our other film festivals just as bad? And he's like, yeah, it's like 10 times worse. And he's like, yeah, a lot of the premieres I had to go for the standby line. So instead of getting the ticket to the film premieres at Cannes and other film festivals as well, Venice, TIFF, whatever. Ooh, my hair. Instead of getting the tickets, because the tickets are instantly sold out, Matt a lot of the times had to just wait at the standby line and line up for hours just to get in. That's what he did with Anora, had to line up for 3 hours. So it's very interesting. It's kind of like Anime Expo in a way. It's kind of like Anime Expo where you have to line up for many hours for a panel, and by doing that you sacrifice seeing other films. So you have to be very strategic with Cannes, which is so interesting. And I'm low-key interested in like planning that shit out because I had my experience at AX and I sort of like have a similar experience already. Even though AX, in my opinion, was kind of a half failure. Anyways, so Matt left and I wanted to go back to the campus. The thing is, I was wearing shorts and I was wearing like old clothes, like not freshly washed and dried, because I was expecting that at 2 p.m. I and Glenn would go to the gym. But the class ends at 1, I have nothing to do for 1 hour, and Glenn DM'd me saying, hey, I don't think I can go to the gym because I'm exhausted and I have other things to do. So, things are changing. Next thing you know, I got an email from ALI saying that my employment letter is ready. Hell fucking yes. So I'm like, you know what, screw it. I'm just gonna head over there right now. So I went to the ALI and I immediately got the ticket, got the letter. Like, I walked into the office and there is an old white woman, or middle-aged white woman, who is my employer officially. And the letters were on the desk. They're on the desk. They just got signed and I'm already there. Immediate action, okay? And then the woman, my employer, she's like, okay, so what next is you go to OIS, which is next door, Office of International Services, and ask them what to do because I don't know. So and then she also followed me. She's like, okay, let me follow you and see if it works out. Because she signed on the wrong spot on the letter. That was fine. But after going to OIS, turns out it's way more complicated. So after getting the letter of employment, you need to submit the letter of employment in a form and send it to OIS. And then after 4 business days, which from today onwards, it would be next Wednesday, the OIS will give me an SSE, which is a Social Security employment letter, I believe. And it's essentially a support letter. With that letter and the employment letter, I go to the SSO, which is the Social Security Office, or SSA, the Social Security Administration, which is somewhere at the USC Village. I don't know. I go there and then I wait up to 2 weeks before I can get my Social Security number. And then by then, I need to take all the previous letters and the Social Security number and everything else and go to court to do a verification thing, and then I could work. Even the employer has no idea how complicated she is. And she told me, like, this is why we don't hire international students. Like, you're lucky, and the person who interviewed me, they said you're like a 9 or a 10 out of 10. You know, you were one of the best ones. We don't usually hire international students unless they're that great. So, you know, make sure this is worth it. And I'm like, yeah, looking forward to it. But she's nice. And yeah, so that took a while. So it was a 1:40 something. I grabbed a candy from the office and I walked all the way westward back to SCA. And I went to third floor, went to the same old couch, and sat down and chilled. Read light novel. And then Glenn finally confirmed that he's not going to the gym. And I thought, well, I should just go there myself. And Glenn was like, yeah, you should just go there yourself. So I went to the gym by myself. And for about 40 something minutes ish, I did dumbbells, I did a bench shoulder press, I think it's called. And then I did running machine / treadmill. It was my first time using that at the gym. And it's not that difficult. You just press a button, you press on, and you press the speed, and then it just works. And I was so scared that I'm going to embarrass myself, but no, it's fine. I listened to music, and I cranked the speed up to 6, and I just started, like, running, and I could feel my feet stomping on the treadmill. Boom, 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 very rhythmically. It feels tiring, but it feels good. Like, it's been a while since I've truly ran, you know. And, you know, yeah, back in Hong Kong, you know, downstairs, I would run laps, but, like, I don't know. This feels good. So after that, I did some sit-ups, and then I left. I was so scared my backpack would be stolen. That didn't happen. Then finally, I was like, oh yeah, Amazon delivered my fucking steel T-square. My steel pickaxe thing. So I went to Amazon and I generated a code. And I was in a hurry because the bus is coming. Bus 38 is coming. I generated the code, I scanned the code, it didn't work. I let the staff see it. The staff give me the box. I'm like, great. And then I walked to the bus stop and I watched bus number 38 go right past me. I just missed the bus, and the next bus is 20 something minutes later. So I had to wait half an hour more for the next bus. I don't want to walk back home. I'm carrying a large package. I just worked out. I can't do it. So I went to DMC and just sat down and chilled and ate a granola bar. Went back to the bus stop, took the bus, came back here. That's it. It's crazy how much my life is integrated with USC now. Like gym, job, Amazon. Very soon I'll be using their library. Very soon I'll be using a lot of their resources. Their clubs, their journals / magazines, of course their classes, their networking programs, etc., etc., etc. USC is basically, and that's good because like a lot of other people, they go to school and they only take part in a small part of it, but like I'm really hugging it, you know. So yeah. Also, right before I left for class today, I forgot to mention this. I pulled the trigger and I bought Happy Together and 8 Diagram Pole Fighter, my first Aero film, which is crazy that my first Aero film is this one and it's eBay. It's crazy. But the thing is, Ring 4K limited edition, it's still available, so I'm not in that much of a hurry. Audition, there's a auction for that, and I may try to win it. If I don't, that's fine. There's a 99% chance I don't win that auction, but if I do, that's great. I can get it for cheap. If not, fine. I just buy the other one on eBay, which is $40 something. But I feel a bit more secured about spending money now because I got 10,000 bucks, Hong Kong dollars, from my mom's job. I got $100 US as a birthday present, which is crazy for my aunt. And I'm going to work, so not too bad. So I'm incredibly excited for these Blu-rays to come. My Lee Chang-dong Blu-ray will be coming next Monday, So hopefully that works out. It'll be at the USPS office. So maybe on a Tuesday I could go grab it. Yeah. And then not much else. Another school week ends. Week 3 has ended. Time flies really fast, yet it feels like I've done a lot, but it does fly past. I don't know. I don't know. I may consider going for the dim sum thing on Sunday. I may do that. Yeah. And then for HKSA, I'm also super duper looking forward to Beyond Fest, looking forward to art department work with Jing Chen and Mo the Taiwanese at the other film set. Maybe I'll run into another Hong Konger there, who knows. Chances are low though. Looking forward to the Red Shoes on October 25th. Looking forward to the HKSA general meeting. And yeah, I thought about buying the Pulse ticket, but it's sold out already. Like at 11-ish a.m., it's gone already. It's crazy. Honestly, it's a fucking miracle that I got Cloud plus Chime. It's honestly a miracle that I got that. Like, yeah, it's honestly a miracle. I hope I have the same amount of luck when I try out, when I go to Cannes. I have to go to Cannes. I mean, come on. Nothing else. I'm watching All About My Mother with Michelle tomorrow. I'm going to H Mart on Saturday. And I'm probably going to do the dim sum thing on Sunday. And then class resumes on Monday. Yeah. Nothing else. I also think I need to work on my paper for my religion class. I mean, it's great that for the religion class we only have a midterm, a final, a paper, and a presentation. Literally stripped back to its bare bones basics. But since I have nothing to do from a religion class, might as well work on the paper. Probably going to be about Buddhism, probably going to be about either Buddhist cults or films and Buddhism, or maybe both. Yeah. It's cool that I got to study what I like, and even when I'm writing papers, like one of the assignments I just did last night was a screening response, and I had to write about Millennium Actress, and I enjoyed writing that. Like, I actually enjoy writing shit. Getting my feelings out, getting my thoughts out, it's actually really cool. It's great that I get to study what I like, you know. Even though some of the classes are boring as fuck, it's better than people who major in financial technology and have to study basic financial ethics, a whole semester of that. Stuff like that. Yeah. Oh well. Also, I'm not actually supposed to say this, but since no one's watching this video, I might as well. The short film I worked on, Neither Donkey Nor Horse, the short film I worked on as a PA, got won a Student Academy Award, which means that it's, in the email it says, in the run for the best live action short. Yeah. So a short film I PA'd on is getting Oscar nominated, maybe.